Welcome to the Norrköping Symphony Orchestra YouTube channel, Alain Lefèvre.
This is quite a name to say English or any language, Alain Lefèvre. I should have changed my name when I remember being in the States, in southern state of the States, and the radios had so much difficulty. Alain Lefèvre, it's yeah. You know that the name of my mother was Dessutom or aux cartes. So that was maybe more practical, but my name is Alain Lefèvre, effectivement.
Well, can you just tell us shortly a bit about yourself?
Listen, I'm a musician, I'm a music lover, I'm someone who believes that how could I say, that the main message that we should give to the younger generation is that classical music is something very important for the soul, for the art. And in 2014, in a society where less and less radio, newspaper, TV talk about classical music, it is more and more urgent to see people, younger generation, coming back to the concert hall, because this is going to be the main work that we have to do.
How do you propose we do that, getting younger people to the concert halls?
A lot of solution or kind of solution have been explored. I do not believe that any of them were the perfect solution, as I truly believe that the main solution is education. So if you do not give access at a very young age to the young public to have the memory of classical music, you will never do a new generation of classical lovers. And we see today with the public that is getting old that they were listening at their young age a little bit more to classical music, and getting old there's always memories that stays. So now today, as we're talking, the in phase is very much into the pop industry, into the all that you and me we know, or me and you we know, should I say. And so I believe there's going to be a very difficult time coming, because we see everywhere, not just in Norrköping or in Sweden or in Germany, but everywhere, we see that younger people do not come to classical concert. They do not intend to classical concert.
Why should we listen to classical music then? Why is it important for young people to listen to classical music?
First of all, I think that they should have the choice to make a choice. And right now, we do not propose anymore. You know, if you look at those enormous TV shows, the Oscars, the Grammys, any awards that are held in the States, in Canada, in France, in Germany, everywhere, rarely you see now, for a huge or an enormous public, you see the proposal of classical music. So it is difficult for a younger generation to have access to classical music. So they do not have the choice to make a choice. And this is not anymore a democratic proposition. It is not that they should listen to classical music, as they should be able to, to listen once and then saying, maybe this is what I want to listen to. Right now, it is not anymore the case. We have seen at the Olympics in Sochi, very rarely at the opening and the closing, the presence of classical music with Gergiev and everyone. And this was, for me, so important, because at least to a vast public, there was another proposal. But basically speaking, it is a struggle, and it is not anymore an automatism. So, do we have to say to young people that classical music is more important than any kind of music? No, we shouldn't. But we should at least give them the choice. And then, with the time, they will say, okay, this is maybe my choice. It's a little bit like, if you, I'm saying maybe it's something stupid, but it's like if you would see a generation of young people who just have the Harry Potter books in their hand. That could be a little bit reductive. You know, they should have access to the great writer. They should have access to. I remember something that happened even to me as a classical artist. I don't know if you saw the movie from Bergman, Fanny Alexandre.
Yes.
There's a scene, absolutely fantastic, where we hear. That beautiful Schumann piece, and it's Bergman is a genius, and it's so well put in the scene. You see a little river, and it's just the scene where you saw that priest that is not happy with his mom that is dying, and the fact that Bergman include this music, I am sure that it had an enormous impact to people who didn't know the music and say, I would like to listen to the complete piece of Schumann. So this is an example. It's you know, there's what we call the déclic. And of course, if you have a society where the young people have just access to Miley Cyrus or Britney Spears and Jessica Simpson, it can be depressing a little bit.
You're the piano soloist this week.
Yes.
And you're doing the Rachmaninov fourth piano concerto.
Exactly.
What's your relation to Rachmaninov?
He is a fantastic composer for the piano. He have truly made a revolution as a composer and as a pianist, because all the piano concerti are so, first, the way he have written those concertos it's by itself a complete, you know, achievement. The music of Rachmaninov is, we all know the number 2, we know the theme of the number 3, but we often forget that number 1 and number 4 are very important. Number 1 is a test for the conservatory in Russia, and number 4 was the temptation of Rachmaninoff to be a little bit more modern, a little bit more to his time, and this piano concerto have 3 versions: the 1926, the 1928, and the 1940. And now we play the 1940 version, but the very interesting one is the original, the 1926. That is a longer version and a much more exciting version. This piano concerto is one of the most beautiful Rachmaninoff piano concerto. But you know, often you always hear number 2, number 3, number 3, number 2, number 2. But you know, I believe that the public is going to be very excited by this piano concerto.
It is, as you say, rather seldom performed. Why is?
Almost never. This version 26, almost never. You see that maybe once or twice every 2, 3, 4 years.
Why is that, do you think?
It is a monster concerto. It is. It is, yeah. For the orchestra, you know, in those piano concerto like Rachmaninoff number 2, number 3, the orchestra part is very important. But in number 4, it's really like this. You know, the orchestra and the pianist is very much challenged by a lot of things, a lot of excitement.
What did you think of it? Because it's the original version, the one that he actually discarded, rewrote. What did you think of it personally?
I believe that Rachmaninoff, they have done the premiere in Philadelphia, and I think that they have realized with the conductor that it was a lot of challenge for 1 or 2 rehearsals to perform it. So probably Stokowski said to Rachmaninoff, maybe you should make a version that it will be more easy to put together. I think this is the main reason. But I the one who believe that the original version is the real number 4 piano concerto, and very exciting for the public, very exciting for the orchestra, and very it's a great piece.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.